Welcome to the channel, my name's Danny, this is Bursto Music. Today we're going to look at one of the biggest tracks to be released in the UK rap scene in recent years. It's called Screw and Brew by Servaqk featuring Mist. Firstly, a bit about the track. It's nearly on 14 million views on Servaqk's channel on YouTube. There's plenty more views that it's clocked up over the different platforms, and obviously it still bangs in 2019. Little disclaimer, I'm not saying this is an exact replica of the track, because that wouldn't do justice to Zeph Ellis, Steel Banglez, Servaqk, all the producers that are involved. But it should give you an idea of how it was made, and you might be able to pick up some techniques to make your own tracks a little bit better. So let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing to note is we're in 104 BPM, and the genre's UK rap. This is going to be in G major. So we'll start with the organ melody. So that was G to A. And then we come down to F, G, A, F. And then it goes up to the C for this second bar. C, F, G. Okay, so that is the organ melody. I'm just copying that down to the marimba track. It works nicely, especially with the organ and the layers with the organ and piano. It all works pretty nice together. So what I've done there is chord up the marimba based on the melody. So the G, A, F, I've put in the G chord, the F chord, sorry, the G chord. Yeah, the G and the F chord, because we don't actually chord the A on this one. Okay, the note length actually was quite important there. I didn't want it to drag on too long, make it sound a bit perky, for want of a better word. What I'm looking at here is the top layer of the organ. I'm just trying to shift them ever so slightly to the right of the bottom layer of the organ, because there's 2 octaves. And if you just, like I've done with the marimba chords, separate them, it just creates that nice effect rather than just all one big block of a chord. It actually sort of rolls the chord out. I don't know if that's the right word, but we're rolling it today. And onto the piano, what we ended up doing with the piano was basically using the marimba chords, shifting them up an octave, but keeping that rolling effect. So I've moved it across from where the marimba chord starts, and it should create a nice effect. Couple of notes need adjusting, like the small ones there. We're getting there. It's this bit that I want to say, it's not an exact replica, it gives you the kind of effect that they've done with the piano. But they have really gone in on that track. If there's any other tracks you want to see recreated, let me know in the comments and I'll see if I can get them done for you. Okay, so that should be the piano. I think I'm still farsing about getting these small notes in place, but you get the idea. So, main thing to note there, all those three elements work together. It starts with the organ, G, A, F, and then we've done the chords for G and F with the marimba and piano. Still G, A, F though, that's the key thing. They're all playing the same note. I might be wrong, but it sounds like they've used some real strings, some like Abbey Road recorded strings, but they might just have good samples. I found a string that I thought worked, and I'm going to show you the notes for the string. Doubling that over because in the second half of this, the string actually changes. This what surprised me the most about this track is how simple the drum pattern was. You'll probably watch me enter it wrong now, but so there were a kick on the start of each bar, and then I think there was like a couple of other kicks in every other bar. The thing I've done there is drop the velocity on the one that hits before the main kick on the next bar, so just before the 10. Drop the velocity on that kick because it's not the main kick, and it will add a bit of emphasis to the main kick. You should be able to hear that. Okay, the claps. The first clap of each bar, so there's 2 claps per bar on the 2 and the 4, but the one on the 2 actually comes in before the 2, as you can see there. And then on the 4, just as normal, the clap is there. Okay, the hats. The velocity of the note can really affect it, so when I think we have a couple of double parts in here, double hi-hat notes, you'll see what I mean. So using the velocity can really help it sort of bounce along with the track. Probably a better word to describe that, but the pattern then gets repeated. The thing I noticed when I was programming this pattern was the double notes just make certain single notes sound a bit more interesting. It's almost like it's still one note, but it has that sort of little effect, almost like echo or delay or something like that. The melody is the driving part of this track, and then the groove, the rhythm, comes from the drums and the bass. So we'll see that now with the bass, because the drums really are simple, especially the kick. So the bass has to carry a lot of the rhythm. For the sound design as well, just a quick note on that. I didn't get it 100% right, because in the actual track it sounds a lot more distorted and more energy in the top end. But this hasn't been mixed whatsoever. This is literally the production techniques that I think were used. If you are interested, the sound I've used is FM8 by Native Instruments. I do actually intend to show how I've made a few basses, so keep an eye out for stuff like that. If you want to learn how to make different bass patches, I'll probably get some packs out as well for free download. For different patches, different plugins. Let me know which plugins you want patches for. It can be Serum, Massive, FM8, things like that. Let me know. might be more notes than in the other parts because of the rhythm. We're adding like treble notes and things like that. But we're still using G, A, F. Those are the main 3 keys in this track. G, A, F. Gaff. Find some vocals, royalty free ideally, and then chop them up. I've saved the editing time here with chopping it up. I've found two sort of syllables, if you like, from the acapella that I found. I get the R one right, but there is a little bit of a difference with the other one that I've gone for. So what I sort of do now is fine tune the pitch of the other one. So we've got the no and the R samples. The R one sounds fine, I've got that in tune. I think the no is ever so slightly out, so you'll see me messing about with that. I'm using Voxengo Span, which is a free plugin where you can analyse it's like an EQ where you can visually see the frequencies, but then you can find out what key each frequency represents. That's what I'm doing with that. Finding the key that I'm in now and adjusting it on the pitch shifter to try and get it a bit more in key. So back to Span, tweak this ever so slightly. I think I ended up doing it by sense as well. So if you see at the top it says what key the frequency that you're hovering over is. And that's how I knew how much to pitch shift by, basically. One thing I will say though, if you're trying this at home, you don't need to get it exactly how they made it, because that might cause an issue. But the point here is the technique of how they made it. They've obviously found an acapella that they like, found some vocal samples or something, pitch shifted them to fit their track, and chopped it up, basically. If you want me to go into any more detail of like processing vocal chops, let me know and I'll do something on that. Still tweaking here, we're still going. I think I settled on that. Yeah, we're settling with that. All that's missing there is obviously some vocals. I'm not going to try do any mist or more stack impressions, I'll leave that to you. But hopefully, just from watching how I've recreated that track, you'll be able to see how you might be able to apply some of the same techniques to your tracks. So let me know if this was helpful, let me know if it was useful or what could be better. I'm interested in all the different types of feedback. Any feedback's better than none. Hit the like button if it was useful, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more things like this, and definitely let me know what kind of videos you want to see, what tracks you want to recreate. Hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully it was useful. Until next time, peace.